Let's see. Project 2025 architect. We want to destroy government agencies and notions of independence. A key architect of the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 boasted in a secretly recorded interview that he and his allies are working to destroy the independence of federal agencies that have been in place for decades. CNN reports that Russell Vought, a former Trump administration official, told undercover left-wing activists that the team behind Project 2025 is working on drafting hundreds of executive orders that he argued would fundamentally change the relationship between executive branch agencies and the President of the United States. 80% of my time is working on the plans of what's necessary to take control of this bureaucracies, Vought said at one point in the recording, and we are working diligently on that, whether it's destroying their agency's notions of independence. So, I mean, this is just another extra piece here of Project 2025 they try to hush away from. But as you notice, everyone that's a part of it has worked for Donald Trump.
Yeah, everybody was part of that shit. It was in it. A bunch of them, they can't have a whole video where there's, I guess it was like a secretly taped video where all like, I was a part of the Trump administration in 20 something, whatever it was, in 2018 and 20 this. There's a bunch of people who are everybody who's in there pretty much worked for Trump at some point in time. It's his agenda, man. You know, just like it was like the the thing you brought up, the article you brought up on I think it was the last show or the show before about the U.S. Air Force, how they're polluting the water. Then they use the Chevron ruling to kind of get out of having to pay for the shit. This is exactly what all this is right here. You know what I mean? So this is what is going to come from this right here. This is what they're going to use to start looking at stuff like, oh yeah, well, none of us, we're not a part of this shit. What they're going to do is start breaking down government agencies. They're going to break down the Department of Education. You know what I'm saying? They're going to break down, just
they're
everything.
Get rid of the FBI and replace it with all the people they want. They're going to get rid of the ATF and replace it with all the people that they want. Then that's how they're going to get the immigrants out of the country. Then after they do that, that's how they're going to throw black people back into slavery. How do you not see that happening?
I'm gonna keep it real, man. I'm not gonna say that, but I had a friend of mine who told me, like I said, he told me that January 6th was gonna happen. I ain't believe it. I was like, man, this ain't nobody listen to that shit. I wouldn't believe it for nothing. So I ain't gonna disbelieve what you're saying, but it's a long motherfucking way to go to send any of us back to slavery. It's gonna be a war. It ain't gonna be I don't even like to say war like this, but it's gonna be a pretty bad conflict.
No, you don't understand, bro.
It's gonna be a bad conflict.
People don't understand.
Ain't nobody about to do it. Ain't nobody
have
going
to watch
fucking
black
slavery,
people
man.
get murdered
Crazy.
Twice a week, unjustly, all the time. And we're always told, calm down, time will come, freedom will ring. Well, one time when that shit gets over with and we get to buck up and get wild, excuse me, sorry, I got a little excited.
Listen, it's going to be crazy, man. Ain't nobody man. I couldn't see myself in slavery. Can you see yourself in slavery?
Hell no, I can read and write. They would have to hang me right away.
I couldn't see it happen. You're going to have to kill a bunch. It's going to have to be a lot of dead bodies on the street before you ever see slavery.
And we okay with that. We see dead bodies every day.
You know what I mean? Like, so that ain't going to happen. That's why
that's going to be the plan. What do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do? You have all these people working, and all they did the whole time was get rid of illegal immigrants out of America.
Like I said.
I mean, kick doors open, drag them out the home. So what? Okay, now
they're going to look at us next.
They're going to be like, woo, that's done. All right, cool, guys. Back to what we were doing before.
Hey, like I said, man, slavery is a little bit of a stretch for me, and I can't say about you because I can't say that you've been wrong about too much. I can't say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to just see what happens. But I'm like, man, it's gonna be
I got that sense in my head where it's like, you know
cold day in hell.
Right. It's time to get the fuck out of here.
It's gonna ain't nobody leaving. We gonna fight this out right here.
It's crazy. I told my mom that I was like, what happens if all the black people? What if we just packed up and left? She's like, first of all, it's not going to work because we have too many of their bad habits. And two, they'll never let us be free. They'll never leave us alone. And I said, damn, you're right.
It ain't even that.
I
own stuff here. I ain't going nowhere. Where am I going?
I'm going to say all the black people in America, we build up the back of some country in Africa. We're like, all right, we're all leaving. You think a lot of people are going to stay here with the rest of America? No, they be like, I'm coming with y'all.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. We're gonna have to build up some stuff. It's gonna be a whole bunch.
Women are gonna leave this country. Like, nah, I'm out of here.
A lot of people gonna be gone. It's gonna be a lot of Americans out of here.
They're gonna be gone. They're leaving with us too. Because what are you left with?
European culture. That's pretty much what you got. You're gonna have Europe. America will become Europe if we left.
They'll never win the Olympics again.
But now I can't even say that. I can't.
Am I lying?
Hey, I can't even say they'll be Europe because if you look at the French team and everything over in France, it was nothing but us in there too. It's like, you look over there, it's pretty much us everywhere. I mean, we're not going anywhere, man.
Swimming. I mean, I'll give them that.
I don't know. We had the one black girl. I think she was doing good in swimming too. She was won some swimming events.
Ain't nobody beating them aqua lads out there.
You got some people who was swimming pretty good, man. I'm trying to tell you. We had just one girl who was an ice skater who was filthy too. She was good. I can't remember her name. She was breaking records.
She did a flip 360 in ice skating, and they told her
she can't do it anymore. She was from France.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about. There's another black girl who's a speed skater who just was winning. I don't know if it was this Olympics or last one.
It was the one. I think it was last one.
Last Winter Olympics.
They disqualified. They're like, yo, you can't do that because no one else can.
That was a long time ago. I know you're talking about that French girl. This is like when they did the Dominique Dawes. Same thing. When she came out, I think she did some floor routine that was just like she did a flip forward, a flip back, did some stuff that nobody else could do. And they told her, they looked at even Simone Biles, did the same kind of stuff to her, basically like, we have to grade you differently on this because can't nobody else do this shit.
And the whole thing, if no one else can do it, you should automatically win.
Yeah, I mean, that's
kind of what happens.
Especially if you land it correctly. Yeah. Period. But she pretty much was automatically winning.
Gymnastics is crazy, bro, because you can do a triple flip, double axel, touch your knee, fart in the air, but you got to land it straight with your feet touching on the ground.
You know what I mean?
If you move back once, it's like, oh, nope, you lost. Like I just did 20 Power Ranger moves in the sky, but I landed once wrong, and I can't do my stance. You got.
Hey.